Welcome everybody to another World of Tanks replay. My name is Maxwell and this one is from the user Werberfeld. He's driving the Tiger 2 on a standard battle on the highway. Tiger 2, obviously a very iconic Tier 8 heavy tank for the Germans. This tank does tend to be a little bit hit and miss because it is such an iconic tank and such a famous tank. People expect big things from this thing, but sometimes it can be a little bit lackluster and a little bit disappointing, but nevertheless I still find it a very, very good tank. Has decent protection, decent armor, standard gun for Tier 8, but it does have pretty damn good gun handling. It is like firing a laser. Very, very accurate. Very, very good aim time and whatnot. So onto this replay. Werberfeld going to be heading towards the town. This is a very, very long drive in this game, so we are going to speed this one up a bit just until he gets into the town. Like I said, this is probably one of the longest drives to reach a combat zone. As you can see, we're almost 2 minutes into this replay now and still haven't seen any action. Going to be heading straight for the back line. Got a decent amount of armor. He is top tier and there's only 5 Tier 8 tanks, so he should be able to manhandle a few people. Going to try and get a hit on this IS. Can indeed. I'm going to try and set himself up in a side-scraping position. Does just have to be careful of people coming from the right-hand side. Can still see the IS. Gets another good shot under him. The IS does only take out the track. Werberfeld feels he's not really in any kind of risk, so just allows his track to naturally repair. Like I said, there are tanks on his right-hand side, but none of them quite daring to push out just yet. T-29 had a go, but again, all he managed to do was take out the track. Very difficult to try and get a shot in this position. IS caught trying to transition to a different part of the town, and he gets taken out now. That's a very quick first kill for Werberfeld. Still going to be this T-29 in the buildings around here, along with this T-34-85. Deciding that it's now time to push forward to try and take these guys out. T-34-85, sorry, the T-29 just taking out the Indian Panzer. Going to have to be careful trying to engage over this rubble pile here, as if the T-29 can get himself into a side-scraping position, he's going to be difficult to deal with, but instead just going for the T-34-85, hoping that the VK can hold this T-29 back. Looks like he can. For now, at least. T-29 coming forward to try and defend his teammate. Werberfeld going to take the front now. Can he get the T-34-85? He can indeed. Does take a hit from the T-29, which takes his engine out. That's one thing you will find about these tanks, with the transmission being right in the front and through the lower plate, which is where 90% of people will shoot you. You'll find that you will tend to lose your engine quite often. Again, Werberfeld in no real rush to get that fixed. Going to try and get himself into a side-scraping position here, bringing fire upon this T-29 without really taking too much damage in return. There are a few tanks to his right-hand side, and he doesn't really have the support here that he probably would need. T-29 gets distracted now by the Allied FV moving in, taking hits from the side. T-29 has fired, so he can come forward at his leisure and take him out for kill number 3. There are a few tanks along that road to his right-hand side, so they're going to push forward now. Try and take some of those out. Already had a pretty good game, 3 kills. Only done about 1,800 damage. But he's got quite a lot of tanks here. He's got a Pershing, a T-28 prototype, and a Sherman. Goes straight into the back of the Sherman first. Sets him on fire as well. Looks like the Sherman hasn't taken a fire extinguisher for some reason. He is going to fully burn. Whether it'll take him out or not is another question. Not quite. Did burn for 678 damage though. He's in a very strong position here, side-scraping. He's just got to be careful he doesn't get flanked around on that right-hand side, as the ally position there is a little bit shaky thanks to the fact that that IS has pushed through. Looks like this Pershing is going to track back now in an effort to try and do something about this. Nobody else is really paying much attention, so again, Werberfeld just going to head around the corner here. Bounces a shot. Now he's just going to charge forward. The Pershing not really going to have a good time one-on-one with the Tiger 2 up close and personal, which is why you see the Pershing switch his target to the VK-3002. VK takes out the track, which is a beautiful shot. Going to get one straight through his turret now. Werberfeld coming forward in an effort to try and block the Pershing from being able to hit the VK. Saving his teammate now, taking out the Pershing. The VK not being greedy at all there. Just allowing Werberfeld to take him out to save his own life. And that was a nice little bit of team play there. Just covering his ally's rear as he thinks this IS is probably going to push out any moment now after that tree has fallen. He has indeed. That was a bounce on the magical side armor of this IS-3. The T-28 Prot is now in the courtyard there. He did take out the VK that kind of foolhardily rushed around. And all of a sudden, from what was a strong position, they're in a little bit of trouble now. The rest of his allies have kind of just forgotten how to play the game and have now perished. And that's left Werberfeld all alone against at least a T-28 prototype and an IS-3 that we know about. Thinking he's probably going to get flanked around. Has now moved up into this street. I'm going to be waiting for the T-28. He could either come out of that side street or further down the road. Seems like it's further down the road. Does take a damaging shot from the T-28 prototype. He has to be careful. The Prot has a very, very good gun. It does lots and lots of damage. And it reloads very, very quickly. You did see him straightening up there, presenting a lot of side armor to the T-28 Prot. I think he's just worried at the moment that that IS-3 is going to burst around the corner any second now, figuring that he'll have enough time to straighten up once this T-28 Prot shows himself. Trying to offer a little bit of side armor. Looks like the T-28 Prot did go for the commander's hatch, and that one just about missed. Now he's going to decide to charge forward rather than wait patiently for this IS-3 that should really have been flanking around him days ago. Not really sure why he didn't appear, which is why you could see Werberfeld straightening up every now and then just to make sure that that IS-3 didn't have an easy time of shooting his side armor. Does take out the T-28 Prot, does take a hit for his trouble. Probably could have side-scraped at the corner to win the better of that one, but thinking maybe that this IS-3 was just seconds away from arriving on this left-hand side, was really trying to play it carefully. I'm really not sure where this IS-3 is now. It's a little bit unusual that he hasn't shown himself. And there he is. He's coming through the middle here. Not really sure why he's in this position. Just completely confused. Now, one-on-one, an IS-3 is going to be a difficult target to take in a Tiger 2. But, especially with them being a one-shot now as well. So just loading up the APCR. I'm going to wait for the IS-3 to make the first move. He's in absolutely no rush as he knows there's an 88 and a stir a mill coming up the hill. So just going to take his time now. Wait for this IS-3 to make a mistake. Wait for him to poke out enough armor, which he does. Takes his track out and does damage. If you can just do that 2 more times, you could hopefully get the win out of this one. Can't quite see the track again, so just goes for the hit. Going to come forward. Hopefully the IS-3 hasn't got the gun depression to hit the lower plate. Looks like he hasn't, as that one bounces on the upper plate. Now he's going to try and get one through the roof, but the roof is not a weak spot on the IS-3, it would seem. And that one just glances off. Maybe going to try and go for the commander's hatch next. Just trying to keep his turret at a nice enough angle so that the IS-3 can't go through. Switches his attention up towards the commander's hatch, but the IS-3 makes a break for it after bouncing his shot. And that allows Werberfeld to put one through his side. That is the kill, and that is the one-on-one victory there. And that just leaves this AMX 1375 all by himself, and the Allies are just going to waltz home with this victory, winning as they are, 14 kills to 11. This one doesn't take too much longer, as the AMX 1375 is spotted out in the middle of the open. And Werberfeld doesn't quite get a shot there. Server reticule just letting him down ever so slightly. The AMX 1375 falls, and that is the win. So awesome game played there by Werberfeld, picking himself up 4,000, almost 800 damage, 6 kills, a Top Gun medal, and a well-deserved victory. So awesome replay from you. Thank you very much for sending that one in. Don't forget, guys, if you've got yourself a great replay, send that into replay@screenreality.com. Link for that is in the description. I've been Maxwell. This has been a World of Tanks replay, and I will catch you guys next time.